Well then, hello everybody. This is the first tour guide video since 2020, 2021, maybe 2022, and depending on how it goes, although those who make it to the end, there might be no surprise why it's been so long. But I thought out of nowhere, let's do one, because I keep walking around and seeing bits about Portsmouth. It's common knowledge, probably, but back in the day, a young lady called Catherine of Braganza arrived at Portsmouth, or what we now call Old Portsmouth, in Portsmouth, on the 13th of May 1662 to marry our then King Charles II, aka yours truly, the Merry Monarch. And the plaque here is to show you, to commemorate that day, but also it doesn't really touch upon something that was nowadays sort of unintentionally funny, but that was quite surprising to the people that met her. Now, the hot walls, as we know them, were more or less, as we, if you've ever been to Portsmouth, have not really changed since the days of Henry VIII. Well, they've probably been modified by everyone from the Tudors to the Victorians over the years, but they were more or less Tudor in origin. So imagine poor Catherine has arrived, and she was feeling a bit seasick, apparently, and somebody said about a glass of ale, basically. That's what we do in England to settle our stomach and all the rest of it. And she shocked at the landing part, the greeting party even, like, could I have a cup of tea, please? And the English were quite shocked about this. Tea drinking apparently was a thing before Catherine asked, but it wasn't. We weren't really known as being tea drinkers, like you get, like Kevin Kline says in Fish Called Wanda, and all the rest of it. But nonetheless, apparently Catherine started, or at least helped start to make popular the idea of the English drinking tea to sort of calm you down, I suppose, is the way of looking at it. She had been married in proxy by proxy before coming over, but she was her and Charles formed together Portsmouth's today and probably, well, forever, only royal wedding ever, is it? But it happened. It would have happened at the Garrison Church, which, if I've timed this right, the video should now be showing you. But the chapel was a little bit too small for the concourse, so there was a Catholic ceremony in private in the Garrison Commander's house, which is basically in what we now call the Square Tower, having a Catholic ceremony in private, and then a Protestant ceremony which everyone got to see. As I say, that was Portsmouth's only royal wedding, and it's one thing I like about the history of this city, but also why I like history generally. I have a thing for Charles II in terms of the historical stuff, and he presented the chapel of what we now call the Garrison Church with a cloth with Lisbon on it, altar cloth, and that, in a nutshell, bumpily a lot, is the royal wedding in Chelsea, right at the end, royal wedding in Portsmouth. And Portsmouth and the royal family, or families, have been fairly intrinsically linked, technically since the Tudors, when Portsmouth became home to the Royal Navy in 1485. But also, or at least, home to the English Navy, and Charles II helped build it up further when he created the Royal Navy. But Richard of Lionheart used Portsmouth Harbour a fair bit last time to go off to the Crusades, gave Portsmouth a royal charter in 1194, and well, the royal family have always been, in their way, part and parcel of Portsmouth history. So thank you for listening.